Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Mike and today I will be talking about how to do pour over using V60 Hario. This tutorial video will greatly improve your skill of pour over, whether you're trying to do it at home or trying to sell it at a cafe because you are a barista working at a cafe. Just follow through my guidelines and it will definitely help you improve your pouring skills. You definitely will have to practice more on your pouring skill, actual pouring skill, the tempo that you use to pour the water and everything else will also decide the flavor of the coffee. So that one I can't really teach, it will be through practices, but I could give you guys general guidelines of what is needed and what kind of step and in what kind of process. So this video will help you guys learn through that. So let's begin. First of all, you guys would need to prepare the actual ingredients needed for the pour over. Most important thing will be the V60 Hario, filter for the V60 Hario, kettle for the hot water, and you guys would need a water at least 200 Fahrenheit. And last, not really needed, but I really recommend you getting it. It's a scale that measures time, pouring time, and also measures the weight of the water that you're pouring into the V60 Hario, which goes by gram. Alright, if you guys have the ingredients ready, then we will get into the pouring process. Before you do the pouring process, I will have to guide you guys into the pre-steps, getting the setups done before you actually start pouring water into the grounded coffee. The first thing would be placing the filter on top of the ceramic part, which could also be a glass for depending on which kind of Hario you're using. But during this process, a lot of people skip this process, but you have to fold the side of the filter before you place it onto the top. After folding the top and you place it onto the filter place, you have to wet it thoroughly using hot water. There's many reasons why you do this, but so this will help get rid of the paper taste and some chemicals used in the process of making this filter. And the most important part would be heating up your glass so that when you actually start pouring the coffee into it, it will keep the flavor nice and steady with aromatic flavor. After you pour the hot water into the filter and to the V60 Hario, give it around 30 seconds until you see the beaker nice and moist, full of water particles all over the glass. After you confirm that it is ready to be used, swirl around so you keep the beaker nice and hot, and then dump the waste out, and then get ready to pour the coffee grind in. Here I'm going to be using 24 grams of coffee grounded in a medium grind. So a medium grind for me would be a 6.5 coarse level using Malconic. If you guys haven't seen my previous video introducing about pour over, go check that out. I have pictures attached in there so you guys could check out what a 6.5 looks like and what a malconic looks like. If you have the coffee ground ready, go ahead and pour it inside the filter. After you have poured it inside the filter, make sure the coffee ground level is flat before you start pouring the water. If it's not flat, then the water you pour in is gonna be seeping inside the coffee grinds inconsistently throughout the entire process. So some parts would have a stronger extraction rate, whereas thin parts would have a not too good extraction rate. So it will change the general flavor of the coffee that you would be brewing at the end of the process. So get that level flat and make sure that when you pour the water into the coffee grind, you want to make sure it's spread out evenly throughout the entire platform. You don't want to pour aggressively either, so do it in a consistent way where the flow is very steady. If the drop of the water to the coffee ground at certain places are stronger and harder than other spots, then it will create a distortion and will change the flavor of the coffee. The first stage is to get the level up to 75 gram, and that is what I call the blooming phase. The blooming phase is basically getting the coffee grounds wet and ready to extract the full coffee. So what happens during this process is you are pouring hot water into the coffee grounds, making a chemical reaction where the remaining carbon dioxide in the coffee grinds are being released through the hot water. If you ignore this blooming phase and just keep pouring water into the coffee ground, then what happens is the air trying to leave the coffee ground and the water trying to get inside the coffee grounds are going to fight each other, and you're going to start creating a lot of bubbles that will clog up the filter. And that way your extraction rate will be slowed down drastically, and you're not going to get the flavor that you want because it will be burnt. What you're doing during the blooming phase is you're also controlling the strongness of the coffee that you are trying to brew. Second phase will be adding the hot water up to 150 grams at 35-second mark. The third phase will be adding hot water after you have seen water drip down from the second phase. My visual look will be about 2 cm to 3 cm from the mark that you have started. So if you pour the water and you let it sink, you see the level difference going down and where you started. So keep the top line as your guideline and go 3 cm down. When you see that difference, you start pouring water again until you reach back to the level that you have been before. Here, be cautious with the pouring process. Make sure don't pour the water to the wall of the filter. The coffee grounds are meant to be stuck to the filter at the side. Those are unusable or rather, they're meant to be kept to the filter. If you get them away from the wall and cause them to be at the center of the coffee ground, then it will start getting clogged again. Repeat the stage one more time. And on your last pour, you want to get up to 375 grams of total pull weight. If you want a slightly stronger coffee, you're more than welcome to stop at 350 grams, but my preference is it's going to be 375 grams. And this extraction is going to be fit for a 12-ounce hot cup. Once you're done with your pouring, it should be finished ideally around 3-minute mark to 3-minute 45-second mark. And by the time you are finished with the entire brewing process, your coffee ground, your wet coffee ground should look very flat. If it's not flat, that means the pressure control when you're pouring the water was inconsistent, where some place had more water pressure pouring than the other, or the rate of your pouring was too fast or too slow. So keep that in mind and try to make your next batch more flat. The moment you get a flat ending, just how it would look like when you started before pouring water, you are going to experience the best coffee that you have ever poured before. Alright, that's it for my video today. If you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. I will be posting about Chemex for my next video, and which will be posted by next Thursday. Have a good day, guys, or have a good night, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.